combat.
Yeah, it changed our mind. Changed our mind. We're partway through this already, so
Not that far into it.
not super far, but oh wait, hold on.
What's up?
I was gonna say, no, never mind. That should be working just fine. Should be working just fine. Let me turn the. No, okay, cool. Sounds fine.
All right.
Okay.
I could use your help. Could you come over here for a second?
Should we now? I'm trying to remember. Did we like explore and see if there was new stuff around here before we stopped
I
playing last
don't
time?
remember that, to be honest.
I feel like we did.
Because we came back from that one mission. I don't remember if we did anything after that.
This guy's smart. He's trying not to get COVID.
I mean, this game's pretty close to reality. Nazis are everywhere. People are wearing masks.
And they definitely should be getting killed.
Yes.
This parchment describes a way to create a type of...
Okay, I do remember this, yeah.
This is what the Nazis
Oh, so we must have started this level, but not...
Yeah, I think that's true.
Everything, even this place. This is the only concrete they used. This is how they created all...
If I remember correctly, this is that fun little twist on how the Nazis got their
Now that we
technology.
know where it
Right,
comes
right.
from, I need a sample of it for closer study. Can you look around here for a piece of exposed concrete that shows an outbreak of mold? It should be porous enough.
Oh,
to cut me
yeah, we
Yep.
were in the middle of this.
Also, there was this encrypted list of Dat Yeshut members in Poland during the war. I need to compare it with the official German state records on Jewish citizens in the years between 1939 and 1945. Can you see if those records are in the archives room?
I'll get right on that.
And there's one more thing. It's quite critical.
What?
That'll be all. We can go now.
Man, I hope she doesn't die by the end of this.
Hey, I forget that you don't really know.
Nope, I don't know this game
story
very
yet.
well.
All right. Good. Didn't we actually like go all the way as to get the sample too already? Like I thought we
Yeah, I thought we did too.
like, straight up like got it and everything.
I don't know why we're...
Oh wait,
a bit backwards
hold on.
here, but-
This door was closed before, wasn't it?
yes, it was. This is new.
So maybe we stopped because maybe we were like, oh, we'll get the mold next time or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, minor spoilers. I do love the twist that the Nazis basically just stole their tech, this future tech from like some weird ancient Jewish cult or whatever.
Well, it's like, of course they stole it. Nazis aren't smart enough to figure this shit out on their
Yeah,
own.
exactly. I mean, you know, we all remember the crazy technology the Germans came up with, but what everybody forgets is that a lot of it didn't work.
Yeah, like the vast majority of what they tried to do did not work.
The Germans were remarkably incompetent in the later stages of World War II.
You know what would actually be fucking perfect, even though I've heard, these stories before? You should, while we're playing this, you should tell some of the stupid invention,
Oh, Jesus.
incompetent technology stories.
Where do you even begin with some of these fucking things the Nazis came up with? Well, there was the, I guess I'm just going to start listing some off.
Yeah.
Just whatever comes to mind here. There was the absolutely wonderful invention they came up with, which was a type of midget submarine. This tiny little submarine that was supposed to be used by like 2 people, right? And as a concept, that's fine. In fact, other countries are already doing that. But the Germans cheaped out on the construction of it. In fairness, it was late in the war, so they didn't have a ton of good options on the table, but the fact that they okayed what the result is pretty remarkable, because what they came up with was, how do we make a tiny submarine that has, a suitable ventilation system for 2 men that's cost effective, fits in this tiny little vehicle. Let's just hook up a truck engine to this thing. We don't have to care if it pumps carbon monoxide into the cockpit of the submarine. And they had this little tiny fucking bubble dome for the pilot to try and see out of, as his vision was slowly being clouded by carbon monoxide. But the issue is that the plexiglass was not very useful to actually see out of, and you were supposed to be floating along just under the surface of the water, this little dome sticking out, being constantly washed over by water, and the result is you couldn't actually see where you were going when you were trying to navigate this thing. And they actually built a whole shitload of these crappy little submarines. They were called the Beaver, and predictably they were completely useless. A bunch of them just got like washed out to sea, or they all drowned.
They like to keep this area clean.
I find a spot where there like is a bunch of the mold
Okay.
somewhere.
I don't think they ever accounted for any kind of military success at any point when they were used during the war. Mostly they just killed their own pilots. It's a running theme with German technology. There was an attempt to make a big attack against the Allied shipping centers in France towards the end of the war, where they sent like 20 of these things to try and attack, I think it was Antwerp. And none of them made it to the target. They all fucking drowned at sea.
Thank God for their incompetence, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more innocent people that might have died if the Nazis had been slightly smarter.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was already bad enough, but if they hadn't been intelligent in any real way, yeah, who knows how bad it could have gotten.
Exactly. Well, that's the great thing about these. A lot of the Nazi super projects that you hear about, the really crazy ones. I'm really, really glad the Nazis tried it, because every resource they pumped into these stupid ideas was one less resource they could have pumped into making actual weapons that successfully killed people.
Right. I'm just having a hard time finding like a place with it.
Yeah, there's no mold around here.
Yeah,
is there like a basement you can go into?
Soldier man. Keep the door to the archives, like locked. Think maybe Wyatt has a key.
Where is Wyatt? Is Wyatt the brother?
Is it Wyatt Earp?
Something tells me probably not.
Huh.
Although, I mean, who knows? Maybe,
We have some Nazi time travel in here.
yeah, I mean, would it be that ridiculous if Wolfenstein introduced a level of... Ooh, hey, wait, there's mold.
Oh, there you go.
Need a circular saw to cut a sample.
Okay, so we know where the mold is. No, his name's Klaus.
Max.
Is our resident Hodor. Caroline's a fucking badass.
She's cool, yeah.
There's
What's that?
badass.
Oh, that was easy. Oh, shit.
Well, now we gotta make our way, like, back up.
That was the worst way to get a power saw I've ever seen.
he's Hodor.
He is.
Totally Hodor.
Which is another reason they should have time travel.
Right? Why not? Alright, no, don't help me or anything. I'll figure it out myself.
There's gonna be Nazis down here, aren't there?
Probably.
Something's tracking you. Auto turret. Not the end of the world.
I'm assuming I wanna...
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Can't really use much there, but should be safe. Yeah, I'm so impressed by how many... I mean, this is just a great example, right, of all these games that have been, again, resurrected. It's a conversation we keep having, but it really just is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolfenstein series, other than the first one, generally wasn't very good up until when it was kind of refreshed, with these particular games. New Order, New Colossus, etc.
Like, I remember on the early PS3, I never bought the whole game. I just played, like, the free demo for it. There's a Wolfenstein game on that console that just, I don't know, felt like, oh, I just got, like,
Oh, you're getting shot at.
Oop.
Those stupid little drones.
Yeah. Shit.
Not good.
Oh, come on. Ooh.
I will say that these games look a lot harder than Doom Eternal. There we go.
Oh,
I got killed by the explosion. Hey, it worked eventually, right?
Well, yeah. Alright, let us try that again. What's it like? Okay, well, hold on, though. Because I came this way first because I thought, like, this must be the way to go, but...
Isn't that where you came back from?
Oh, right, the upgrade was over here.
Yeah.
This was... Okay, never mind. I just thought there was, like, another way to go.
Yeah, you definitely gotta take on those little droids. Yeah, another great example of amazing Nazi technology is Heinkel 163 Salamander is, I think, the official designation. This idea for what was called a people fighter. It was going to be a jet fighter that was going to be made on the cheap, entirely out of wood, in fact, that was supposed to be so easy to make and so easy to fly that anyone could do it, and they could just mass produce these things. They could throw Hitler Youth on them, and it was supposed to be, this grand plan to finally take back the skies over Germany in, like, the late stages of the war. And what they came up with was, it was cheap, but other than that, it failed at every single thing it set out to be. It was one of the hardest planes to fly in the entire Luftwaffe. So bad that only their most experienced pilots could successfully use the thing. And on top of that, it was built like shit.
Well, it was made out of wood.
Yep. And they came up with the oh-so-brilliant plan of let's force the folks in the concentration camps to be the people who are building it. Not engineers, not loyal German citizens, the people who you are murdering, who have no interest in...
Yeah, doing a good job.
and who, even if you were to somehow scare them into doing it, wouldn't know how to do it.
Right.
And as a consequence, these things were incredibly poorly manufactured. They were, like, fucking held together with, like, fucking glue. They had constant production problems. You had plenty of sabotage going on when they were built. And this would be bad if it was a good design. But on top of that, it was a garbage design. It had an engine that was directly over the main section of the plane and the cockpit, which was great because when the pilot needed to eject, he'd get sucked into the engine.
It's like a cartoon.
And the glass canopy over the cockpit was intended to be bulletproof, right? But in actuality, although the bullet would bounce off the glass would shatter and would immediately fly into the pilot's eyes mid-flight.
Howdy, cowboy.
Made it back.
They did.
Oh, it doesn't like the saw.
What the hell are you doing? Science project. You're scaring me.
Ah, poor Max.
Sorry, Carl.
In a game with worse writing, a character like Max would come off as super offensive.
He would.
But, like, it's actually strong. I actually just feel bad for him.
Yeah, no, he's actually sympathetic.
Yeah.
He called us. He had tried for years to have a child, him and his wife.
Well, he'd make a pretty good father. For a Nazi.
The child was born with a club foot. Klaus knew, of course, what that meant. He begged the doctors not to report it to the authorities. Then secret police showed up to take the boy away. Klaus and his wife tried to stop them. The wife died from a bullet to the head. The child too. Klaus could not protect him.
So he blames himself.
I think so. And he will never forgive the Nazis.
Yeah, that's the thing. People do often forget that the Nazis were dedicated to exterminating their own people if those people had some minor defect.
Yeah. I mean, even just in, as, let me check on that. more of a surface level view of history that the first Captain America is. As much as I like it, I mean that's still true. You know, it's not like it goes in depth, right, with a lot of actual historical events. Maybe he dropped his robot. But like even in that movie, Dr. Erskine, right, Stanley Tucci, early on, he says people forget that the first country the Germans invaded was their own, and that's very true.
Yeah,
there was a lot of German Jewish people,
and a lot of Germans who were, you know, like wheelchair bound or disabled or had mental issues, and they were thrown in the camps alongside the Jews.
Did you hear what he just said? He picked up another toy and he said, he said, "That's a neat toy. All I used to have when I was a kid was a pine cone and a box of matches."
That's awesome.
It just seems like the most like.
Why do you got that hat?
Yeah, what you doing there? All right, Max. Hey, can I? Oh. Okay.
You probably got to find more
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but back to that wonderful example of German engineering.
Okay, I got the robot. I got the phone.
You got a truck and
then
what is that? Blocks?
Maybe blocks. Yeah, something like that. At least the truck, I know, like that should be really.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Spot. But yeah. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, this fucking wooden jet plane, already a terrible idea. Performed very poorly in testing. In one of the tests, the engine flew away without the rest of the plane. Somehow, it still got the approval from the people who are running the show to get made. And there was no way to land the plane. You were just kind of expected to fly it up and then crash it. And predictably, that didn't do very well for pilot survivability.
The only character that like person that would ever do well with that would be like Launchpad McQuack from like fucking DuckTales. Just crashing his plane all the time. Like, that's the only one who would ever have like a use for a plane like that.
Pretty much. And this thing had like no fuel on board. So even if you managed to somehow get it airborne, somehow keep the plane intact, and somehow not immediately die to Allied bullets, you'd have maybe a couple minutes to actually try and shoot down Allied planes.
I'll get you home.
Around the blocks.
Not very useful when you're facing, you know, like hundreds of bombers at once.
Right, like not even a little bit.
And this thing was a complete travesty, and everyone in the Luftwaffe knew it, to the point where these planes were specifically used as a sort of punishment tool for pilots who had pissed off high command. If you were a Luftwaffe pilot and your commanding officer didn't like you, you'd be selected to fly a salamander. And you most likely would not come back. And that was on top of the hundreds of Hitler Youth and other folks they tried to jam into these things early in the program when they hadn't realized that they were basically unflyable, even if they worked right, because the control scheme was so bad. So I mean, there are lots of people that the Nazis just basically threw away in service of this terrible, terrible plane, and they built tens of thousands of these things because you could build that many of them that quickly. Maybe 10% of them actually could fly, but massive waste of resources.
Alright, I'm only missing one.
Yeah, because you need the truck, right?
Yep, I need the truck. I found the blocks. They were in that like weird back room area, which I didn't realize before was it's like a blanket fort that he is crawling into.
I remember that Max has his little hiding spots and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to not take as long of a break. Wait, what was that?
That's your crafting bench, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember if we really have anything to... Oh, that's right. Forgot that we can make those.
Upgrade. Okay, awesome. This guy seems like the most fun person here.
Yeah.
His room has the most fun stuff in it.
To be fair, if you're living in somewhere in Europe during the Nazi apocalypse, you're probably not going to be having a lot of fun.
That is true. So we can check out here maybe again. I'm determined to find this truck before we move on.
Bloody hard to find.
I mean, I found the robot out here, so I was thinking this probably wasn't another one out here, but...
Yeah, I was just thinking, I guess I don't know if they're put in anywhere, thematic to what they are. I was going to say if there's, a vehicle bay of some kind, but then I remembered that this is the vehicle bay.
Yeah. Yeah, the robot was out here. The phone was in Caroline's room, and the blocks were in that,
that hidey hole.
Yeah, they were in the hidey hole. In the pantry. How about this, Yeah, we already looked.
Yeah, we looked in there.
On the floor.
Could just end up being really well hidden somewhere.
It probably is, yeah. Board. Huh. Don't give me a clue or anything.
Is it in the fridge?
Can I open the fridge? No.
Darn.
So. Alright. I didn't find any up on this top level, so maybe it's up here somewhere.
I mean, logically, that's,
Not this area, or not this part, but the top area.
Yeah, let's check there. Oh, wait.
Oh, this is to get into the archive room.
Keys to the archives. You got them?
Gosh dang.
What is that there?
Wing Commander Fergus Reed of the Royal Air Force took those off of his dead body, wanted to return them to the RAF, but then there was no RAF.
Best time pilot I ever saw in a hell of a assault.
I'm not cut out for this, you know?
Cut out for what?
This. Everything. I was 18 years old, and suddenly the war was lost. Everything good in the world died. Somehow I was the one supposed to pick up the pieces, keep the resistance going, take on the whole gosh darn Nazi empire. I think I was ready for that kind of responsibility. My ignorance got so many good people killed. Remember Private Prendergast? You know, that guy, he could survive anything. So tough. Well, I got him killed, sent him out on a mission, and he never came back. I just didn't know any better. Wing Commander Fergus Reed, he wouldn't know what to do. He could have saved so many.
You made the wrong choice.
You made a stupid choice! Yes, you did! You left the boy in charge of a man's work. I should have died on that day, Captain, on that slab, and Fergus Reed should have lived. I'm not a child anymore, Captain. I know my mistakes were made.
Like when you put on your clothes this morning?
Yeah, he's committed a little bit of a fashion crime. I feel bad for him, but he's also committed a fashion crime.
This is the character that you could choose between him and another character to survive, basically.
Yep. The Fergus guy that he mentioned just now, specifically, was the other guy, too. Which I played through this originally with that, having chosen Fergus. Fergus did not seem to be holding it against... Fergus didn't hold it against
was he as much of
so hard.
Was he as much of a fuck-up?
No.
Okay.
No, he was not. He was drunk. He was a drunk.
Well, I mean, with a name like Fergus, you'd expect it.
Right. Well, that's...
All the flies around that.
Hey, damn it, where did you put...
What's in here? I don't know if we've been in here lately.
I came up here once looking around, but I didn't...
What's with the toolbox behind you? What's that do?
Wait, where?
It's on the shelf.
Oh.
You notice there's a blue thing there? Or is it the
Yeah,
door?
I think it's the door, but nothing's actually triggered when I walk through, so I'm not...
Alright, there's the knives. I remember those.
Oh, well, what if the last toy is in that archive room?
Oh, that would make
that
sense.
Locked archive room.
The fuck? Oh.
It's the nightmare. I like
I remember
poster
that.
on the wall. Even.
That's funny.
All right, well, let's try that. Let's go into the archives room. Maybe it's in there.
At the very least, we're getting another little side quest out of the way.
Yeah. that's on the main floor.
There we go.
Well, it's definitely a mess in here.
Hey, there's the truck.
Cool. Alright, so we got the... Cool. Alright, so we've got that. Then we can go give Max... Where's his room again? It's up here. Give him his toys back. And then we can actually go lead him kill Nazis.
Yep.
Alright, well. Having a hard time getting comfortable there.
Well, he's a big man in a small bed. What do you want?
Yeah, that is true. Alright, okay, alright. Exit level.
Sweet.
Go kill some Nazis.
Thank you, William. Give me some time to analyze this.
Thanks, William. This is
I think I want to
concrete, not mold. I mean, she asked for concrete with mold on it. But...
Find what you were looking for in the archives.
Oh, we got a dreaming dog.
Uber concrete. The essential building material of the Reich. It's based on the .E-shoot technology. It's almost perfect, but it's deteriorating through time.
I love how much these games piss off actual Nazis.
Right? All the better. Right? All the better.
Analyzed it and found a trace of this type of limestone that exists only in northern Croatia. Now, look at this.
Oh, if you're a Nazi, fuck your feelings.
It appears 3 times in .E-shoot documents. According to official records, he's been detained in 1941 in Łódź and sent off to a forced labor camp in Belice in northern Croatia. Now, this is where things get interesting. The labor camp excavates limestone from a quarry for manufacture of Uber concrete. I believe this is the place where we'll find Sedroth, a living member of .E-shoot.
The problem is, there are so many unknowns. This is an old man. Chances are he's dead already. We can't assault a site of this magnitude and hope to locate him before the whole damn Nazi army arrives.
What is the plan?
Someone needs to go in there and find him. Go under.
I wonder who it's gonna be.
Couldn't possibly be the main character.
Volunteers?
You ready for this, Blaskovich?
Oh, she's volunteering us. How nice of her.
Right?
So stupid. How's arrogant. No one is ever ready for something like this.
Oh, shit. Flashback?
This might be us getting snuck in, actually.
Oh, shit. Jesus, this is like a concentration camp.
Yeah, it's...
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, this, it doesn't shy away.
I'm glad that this sort of thing is in the game, because, I mean, too many games with Nazis with the villains just kind of focus on the cool factor of all their gear and uniforms and shit.
Right. They don't make them actually look horrible enough.
Exactly.
But this does. Oh, that shit, did they recognize me from the train? These were the two.
Oh, yeah, that dude's,
Yeah, she's...
uh-oh.
Alright.
Either we're gonna have to fight our way out, or hopeful... Oh, dear.
Oh, trying to fucking do like some sort of blood test or some shit.
Human beings.
Oh, no.
Oh, tattoo.
This place. Need to stay calm. Remember the mission. Find, set, roll. Count to 4.
And a patch on the shoulder.
Interesting.
So like a designation as a worker, it looked like a shovel and like a pitchfork or something.
Mm-hmm. Just fucking beating the shit out of some dude over there.
Can't
Can't help them. They'd shoot you if you helped them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The first day is tough, my friend. Clear to accept. It gets no easier, man. But you're wrong. Now I can remember Nemir how many weeks long, months maybe. Not many survive for long. I was fighting
See
the
if we can
Nazis
get
in
through this
Africa.
level
I held
before
them
we
back for a while.
before we stop. If not, I mean, I'm sure
Still
there's a
strong.
good
Yeah.
Now I
checkpoint
just try to
system,
survive
so.
day for day.
I'm looking for a man called Set Raw.
I have heard of him. Survived in here longer than any other. He's in Block 4. Jay want to go there? Jay need a rector uniform. Look for a prisoner over there, by your right, dressed in a Block 4 uniform. Say now Miss Milo. I heard his wife is quartered in our block. Maybe that will convince him to trade uniforms, let go. But they need to distract the guards first.
I see.
I like he yelled, "Stop! No talking," and then stopped paying attention.
Yeah, he's not very good. He's not very good at his job. What the hell is this? So,
Oh, okay. I guess is it like a this and this
there you go.
and this?
Oh.
No?
You got to restart the process each time, I think.
Right. So it's and then is it the button?
Yep.
Ah,
Trick if you want the guards off your back.
so break the machine there. And they didn't see us do that either.
Dudes must be sleeping on the job. Oh shit!
Wow, that was a
Been more than just breaking the machine.
I know where they keep your wife.
Who are you?
I'm in the same block as her.
You sure? She's not dead. Oh God, she lives.
If you're willing to swap uniforms, you can find out for yourself.
Okay. Hurry.
Alright then.
Na, wie sieht's aus? Können wir wieder anfahren? Die Lager sind geschmolzen. Brauchen noch ein paar Mechaniker. Die kommen erst morgen wieder. Ja, dann machen wir Schluss für heute, oder? Ja. Komm, gehen wir saufen. Augenblick. Aufgemerkt, Gefangene! Die Fabrik ist heute geschlossen. Kehrt sofort in eure Quartiere zurück. Insassen von Block 4 durch das rote Tor. Insassen von Block 6 durch das blaue Tor.
I hope they find what they seek, my friend. My name is Bombati.
I'm Jay Blazkowicz. Be safe out there.
I like this guy. Alright, that's us. Well, this still looks better than those places.
I wonder what those places look like in this
In this
like
universe.
present day in this in this like alternate universe.
It's a good question.
I just like
Got a fucking mech here.
the fucking fire coming out of the bottom too.
Bit of a safety hazard.
Like the exhaust pipes on the top. I like how it's like a fucking sci-fi robot, but it's also causing like serious damage to the environment.
Yeah, it's a good old like diesel punk sort of sci-fi.
Yeah. And this is like the entire outer area probably that they get to even like try and enjoy. That's probably it. Okay. Okay. All right.
Just can't go there. In that house, I guess. A knife, huh?
You! Have you seen my daughter?
Sephiroth. Look at this Shimshin. So much muscle, the physique, what for compare?
You Sephiroth?
I'm not sure yet. What do you know of Sephiroth?
Darth, you sure? Source of the Nazi technology. I'm here to rescue you.
You're here to rescue. This is wonderful. He's here to rescue me. But when we see and then, get your back, Shimshin. Don't waste your time. I swore an oath to never betray the secrets of Das Yiren.
Fuck your oath. People are dying. The Resistance calls on you.
So it's a transaction of sorts, right? My personal freedom for the secrets I swore to keep. Sacrifice my honor on the altar of righteousness? Well, permit me a moment to consider, Shimshin. Here's my proposition to you. Aid me in closing this place down and I will seat you and your comrades at the table of true power.
Deal.
I've been working on a little project. That machine there moves because of stolen Das Yiren technology. I know it very well. Now this... Don't look at this so bluntly. With this I can seize control over that machine, level the gates of this place free.
That could be fun.
Only miss one more power.
Name it.
That's a power source. Now, that machine, well, its electrical systems are powered by a Detronic battery. You can find the Detronic battery at the service station at the command building. It's in a different block, Block 6. If you can disable the automatic security systems monitoring the exits, you'll be able to make it into Block 6. I believe that there, at the guards barracks, there's a control module. It controls the security systems.
Jesus, this is complicated.
Locate the control module.
Oh, I like that it's not easy, though.
Yeah, no, this is actually... It feels kind of realistic in that sense, you know?
That would be the only thing about doing like a big shooter crossover between like Doom and this would be that this
is much more grounded than the others.
Yeah, this has so much more of a...
Oh shit.
Oh god. Stench in here.
Like this game, yeah, like you said earlier, a lot of games tend to I'm not even going to say downplay because I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but they just don't have a sense of just how, like, they don't, just how oppressive and awful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Caught that little Nazi bitch. Oh no.
Well, that did not take long for us to get caught.
Ah, shit. Shouldn't have left your door open. Ow. I love that these torture sequences actually take away your health.
Right. There's a torture sequence in the first Metal Gear Solid where, depending on whether you can like withstand the torture and not answer the questions, will actually have an impact on which ending you get at the end of the game.
Interesting.
It'll totally mess with how the events play out, whether you give them the crucial information that they're trying to get out of you or not.
That makes sense.
You know,
Jesus.
So Demon Souls, right? Which me and Tim are playing on streaming right now. Goddamn, in a fucking oven and everything too.
Yeah.
But the Bluepoint Studios that made the Demon Souls remake, there's been numerous rumors going around that they are working on a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool. Oh shit. Oh shit. Damn dog.
Alright, I gotta kill the dog first.
I like how all that was basically like a giant, like, extended cutscene. So many games would just have dumped you into this kind of situation without, you know, much of an explanation.
Right. It would have just been, oh, here you go.
Call of Duty is pretty bad about that sometimes.
I mean, shit, especially in more recent... Oh. I like how just all of them have their backstream. Ooh, not that guy.
Yay, we're not dead anymore.
Don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. There we go.
I remember there was a particularly cool sequence in Quake 4 where your character gets like turned into like a cyborg, and it's all like first person, right? And you go through like this fucking like factory as all these like things are getting stuck into you, and like your legs get cut off and all this shit.
Man, imagine them doing a modern Quake, or did you say Quake 4?
Yes.
Imagine them doing a modern Quake game with like a sequence like that.
That would be fucking awesome. There's this really kind of cool sequence. I think it'd be kind of funny if your health kind of goes down as all these things are happening to you. But
and
then
it starts going up again as you
get more and more of the improvements, because you actually do get like a huge upgrade from that moment, essentially. Just like the character has to go through hell to get it.
Some health there.
Meds in.
Alright. There's a
Got some
captain
guy
around here somewhere.
Yeah, he just turned the fucking corner, I think. Oh shit.
Damn it. Well, they don't have guns at the very least in this.
Don't tell your friends. Just try and solve this problem yourself. Come on. Be a hero of the fatherland. There you go, that's a good Nazi. Oh shit, the captain saw you. I think.
I think that means that that's all that's left.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. Alright. Fuck you. Nazi piece of shit.
I wish you could like kind of like
mutilate them more.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I mean, it's just such an important part of why Nazis are so effective as villains, is that they're intrinsically unlikable. And there are a lot of stories out there that seem to forget that.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a reason that Indiana Jones, you know, stuck with Nazis for so much of its... In fact, when it went away from Nazis was when it wasn't as good.
Yeah, when they had the Russians and shit.
What we got? November 7th, 1960. Just dying to get away on a relaxing vacation? Then look no further than to Croatia's finest luxury resort, the Mediterranean Pearl. The resort was listed as the world's best vacation spot in the latest issue of the #1 travel magazine Horizon. The Mediterranean Pearl lies in the beautiful city of Rabac by the I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the clear blue Adriatic Sea, area famous for its white pebble beaches.
Huh.
Just Nazi vacation pamphlets. The space ones get me
I love those.
Every time.
And frankly, there are a lot of things with Russians as the bad guys where they don't do enough to, exemplify the evils of the Communist Party either.
That's true. Right, because it's so much easier to just make Ivan Drago.
Exactly.
It's like...
Granted, in a Rocky movie, I'm not really expecting smart political commentary.
No, I mean, and that's fine. I'm like, it's whatever. It's just that, like, I don't know. I do feel like it's an emblematic example.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, yeah.
Let's see, where do I actually have an opportunity to talk to me?
Sometimes we have to find other ways of resistance than violence. The slightest adjustment of the chemicals destabilizes the mixture. Structural soundness erodes, mold develops. Security systems. It's done. Wow, Shim. What is your name, Igor? Blaskovich, yes, Blaskovich. So, now the security systems are disabled. You can go past.
That guy looks like a zombie walking in the background.
Probably some kind of crazy.
Inside Block 6, where the command control building is located. Sneak inside. Get the detonic battery. Please act urgently before anyone notices what you have done.
Inside.
That's good luck.
Cool. All right.
I'm getting there.
Time to get the battery. Somebody looked like they abandoned their post.
These Nazis aren't very good at their jobs.
I mean,
it definitely follows history.
let's see, return.
Another puppy.
It's kind of the only time I've ever not felt bad about killing dogs in a game. Like normally I'm like, oh, that's sad. Like in Last of Us, right? When you do it, I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. I don't want to have to do that. But here I'm going like, I don't know. These dogs are kind of not. They're Nazi dogs. So I don't know. I mean, I know the dogs are not making a decision.
Right, they're trained to follow the orders of Nazis without having any understanding of what's happening, but still.
Right, but it's like, well, you really don't have an option.
They're tools of a Nazi war machine, so that's where it makes sense.
Anything? Nope. Okay.
One of my other favorite terrible weapon ideas the Nazis had. And again, this is one they actually built and used in some numbers. Is when they wanted to build a new type of heavy tank because they had just invaded Russia and Hitler was paranoid that the Russians were hiding super tanks from him, which he needed a response to. Oh, what's this?
Berlin, November 7th, 1960. Degenerate killer duo executed. Crowds that gathered on the streets and squares of the city laughed and cheered when the degenerate serial killer duo were executed today on live TV. Feels so much safer now knowing those two animals are no longer around, said one of the onlookers. A friend of mine was killed by those bastards, shouted another man. If nothing else, this is a valuable lesson to other degenerates out there that justice will eventually find them all.
The propaganda. But yeah, so this fucking... The problem the Germans had, where they wanted to construct this new kind of heavy tank to counter an imaginary threat, they came up with the idea, let's have some of our top design companies do a kind of competition, and we'll pick the best result. And ultimately, this did produce the Tiger tank, which was quite good, but that was specifically produced by a company called Henschel. The competition for Henschel that made it into the final stage was Porsche.
Oh, okay.
Ferdinand Porsche, who was like the head of the company at that time, and was also like one of Hitler's best friends, who was constantly in the upper Nazi circles, was very confident that he was going to win because of his position in the party.
Look at you. That's impossible. So proud of yourself.
And so he thought this was a great time to show the world that he was, going to be a truly memorable vehicle designer, because he was going to implement his particular brand of engine for a tank, which was a hybrid diesel and electric engine. And that's an idea that had been kind of used before, but it had a lot of problems, particularly back then. And to move something as big and heavy as a tank was a terrible idea to use that kind of engine for.
Right.
And predictably, the vehicle that he created would regularly catch fire.
Of course it would.
That didn't look fun.
No, that looked like it hurt. Oh shit. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, they figured it out.
An interesting, just short aside, Rage Select podcast I listened to, the Jeff that hosts that was talking about, he just read this book that was basically all about the use of methamphetamine in the Third Reich, and then apparently, as a part of that book, it comes up at one point that Hitler's favorite author, one of his books is still the most bought book in Germany today.
Really?
Like one of not like something Hitler wrote, right? But like
Right, one of this other person.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, this ends badly. Oh shit.
Shit.
Man, this game's really good at creating suspense. Come on, old man. You got this.
Come on, hurry up, dude.
Come
I believe
on.
in you. Oh, you're so close. You're so close. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there
yeah.
we go.
Fucking grind them all into pulp. Yep. Fuck you. I wish the robot had finished her off. Oh. This is creepy. Serves her right. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, this is handy. Hopefully we can ride this thing out of here.
Yeah, right. I mean, shit. This place shouldn't be too hard to shut down. And the music cue kicks in.
Yep, we're
Yeah,
definitely.
here we go.
All right.
Kill some fucking Nazis.
Return to the camp. Open the garage door, steal a vehicle, and crash through the gate. Let's go.
Shit, we could just crash the gates with this, right?
Yeah. Fuck it. Rockets. Oh shit. But yeah, so Ferdinand Porsche developed this terrible fucking tank with its god-awful fucking hybrid electric engine. And he showed up to the testing grounds with it. And despite the fact that it didn't have its full weight at that point, because they didn't build the turret for it, it failed the tests miserably because it caught on fire and the engine exploded in mid-test. And the officers involved, which I guess they had better standards at that point in the war, because they're like, yeah, I don't think we're going to go with this design. It was a good attempt, but I think we're going to go with the one that doesn't start on fire. And Ferdinand Porsche was like, well, then we have a problem because I was so confident I was going to win that I already went ahead and built 100 of these. So what are we supposed to do with them? And the German army got stuck with the fucking 100 of these terrible fucking piece of shit tank hulls that they couldn't make a proper tank out of. So they just bolted the biggest gun they could to the front of it. And we're like, okay, we'll make this like a long-range tank destroyer, something that doesn't have to move a lot, that can just kind of sit in place. And even then it was still crap. Because it couldn't go up hills without the engine potentially blowing up. It was incredibly fucking top-heavy. And these guys are doing a surprising amount of damage. And they forgot to put a machine gun on it. So that meant that any random infantryman could just walk up to it and just put a bomb on it, and they would have literally no ability to fight back. It would take them another year to figure out that maybe they should have added a machine gun to it.
You know, having arms on a fucking weapon, you know, that's a good, not an idea anyone could have had a suit of that, obviously.
Suitably, it was named after its designer. It's just called the Ferdinand.
Oh my god. Lazy. That's so lazy.
Part of me almost wonders if that wasn't, like, somebody's idea of an insult.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, like, that's what you would name, like, a sandwich you made, right? Like, that's what you... That's
I'll order the Ferdinand.
Yeah, like, that's what you name after yourself. You don't name shit like that after yourself. Like, no. Like, come the fuck on.
Oh shit, are we gonna climb that thing? Oh, he's gonna climb it? Alright. So it's probably like a motor pool or something in there.
Oh, yeah.
Do we gotta...
Get out.
Are there gonna be more enemies coming that we gotta fight first?
Hey, I'm opening the gates, Mr. Blazkowicz!
Which gate? That gate?
I'm not sure which gate he's talking about. Wait, those are the people you're supposed to protect. Don't hit them.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure who you're supposed to be protecting them from.
Yeah, nobody's like attacking, at least not yet.
Alright, somebody's coming. Are they chasing those guys, or...
Yeah, where are they, though?
Oh, above you.
Oh, okay.
A hell of a crossfire there. Yeah, why not use your rockets? I don't think you're gonna run out. Or did
I think
you?
you have infinite ammo for everything here.
Oh, well, they got rockets too. I'll tell you, I wish the Germans had built the giant fucking battleship-sized tank they were gonna make.
It probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, but it would have made a hell of a museum piece.
That's true. And a funny story of, yet again, them making some shit that doesn't work.
This is the thing they fully designed.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know. Something's definitely up there. No. Ah. Oh, there you go. There. Health run a bit low.
Yeah, it is. Come on.
Oh. Got some competition here. Fuck you.
Yeah, motherfucker.
At least they only seem to be coming from the one direction.
Yeah, that's convenient. Not like in Doom where you have to be like a fucking 360 awareness at all times.
Yeah, like pretty much the only place you don't get attacked from is like above in that game.
Alright, that actually might have been the whole level.
Wow, that was pretty straightforward actually.
Would be. And we got like 3 minutes to an hour too, so just that time what you said you had.
Oh shit, she's still alive. Oh shit.
Hate to make compliments, but I might have underestimated the usefulness of your ape-like physique.
That you should.
Oh, I like this guy.
What is it?
Das Yichud is an ancient
Cool transition.
society. For millennia, we have operated with utmost secrecy.
What do? Do you pray?
No, Mama, we don't pray. We invent things, Mama. The technology developed by Das Yichud is centuries ahead of anything you've ever seen or imagined, and highly dangerous in the wrong hands. The Nazis found our safekeeping. They stole our secrets. They used them to win the war. Everything they have accomplished, everything was built upon our
Again, everything is just stolen.
You know, the sad part is the Nazis are even stupider than that in real life. Because, I mean,
true.
they literally rejected actual science because too much of it was made by Jews. And declared instead that they should follow Aryan science, which was literally just science but wrong.
So, like, let's go out of our way to make it as incorrect as it can be.
I've heard theories that that's part of the reason why they ultimately failed to discover nuclear weaponry.
Is because they
had
the science necessary to come up with it.
They invested everything in like sort of a phony version of physics that they felt was in line with their racist beliefs.
Right.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's why racism is so fucking stupid, right? Is that you have to deny so many basic things about basic reality, and
exactly,
you know, to actually believe in.
You have to
racism.
ignore too much actual scientific evidence,
Yeah.
and you instead have to basically tamper with science to create a result that you want.
Right.
Help him out, sir, if you'd be so kind.
All right. Well, hey, this is probably a really good place to stop.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, we'll come back.
I will need some welding equipment, please.
I already got the quest itself.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what exactly you were doing in this organization of yours. Was it some kind of supernatural engineering?
We don't believe in things supernatural. We believe in God.
Well, God is supernatural.
Yeah,
God
supernatural.
is supernatural. That is a supernatural thing.
It is a way of understanding God through knowledge. It is based on pure reason, pure rational thought, not
Well,
supernatural.
except for the belief of God.
Right, that's not really rational, but...
So everything you have created, what were you planning on using all that stuff for?
You don't understand, Mama. There was
Like, you can believe in God, but you can't base it on, like, science.
Yeah.
Beyond the act of creation, we create to commune with God. Do you see that?
You've lost me.
It's like mathematical equations.
Go on, Madeline.
And each solved equation brings you closer to God.
But never intended to be used.
No, the act of creation itself is the intended use.
Oh, Dazoi, Madeline, she has something cooking in that Chinese of hers. Do you appreciate the distinction? Mama, the safekeep I'm about to reveal to you is not a treasure chamber. It is a deep geological repository, protecting some of our most dangerous creations for the sake of the outside world. The purpose already served. Do you see that?
Whatever helps the cause.
Alright, that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Alright, we will come back with some more Wolfenstein on another day.
Sweet.